retail luxury goods. There will be opportunities to acquire additional artists. Your competitors are going to reduce the number of artists that they carry. They're going to lose programs due to discounting or other acts of desperation. Some of them are going to go out of business. There are opportunities to acquire additional collectors as well. Again, when your competitors go out of business or drop artists that this particular collector likes, or when your competitors fail to provide good service or to fulfill orders in a timely fashion because of cash flow issues, you're going to find that there are collectors out there that are looking for a new gallery home, so to speak. Opportunities are also going to come up with locations. You know, in most communities, there is one area, one street, one neighborhood where everybody wants to be in terms of retail, high-end retail. Those spaces are going to start to become available because, again, people in those spaces, companies in those spaces, they're not going to renew their leases. They might be evicted because they can't pay their rent, or, again, they may close down. So now let's talk about how do we take advantage of those opportunities. Having potential is one thing, but being able to put into action a plan to take advantage of those opportunities is critical. In terms of consultants, acquiring new consultants, first thing I would do is put out the word that you're looking for top performers. This doesn't cost you any money. You're simply making it known within your local art market that you're looking for people who know how to sell and perform well. Again, also target antique stores, high-end department stores, luxury car dealerships. Again, you have people who are used to dealing with the same clientele, the same type of clientele as you deal with in the art market, and very often these people can bring an entirely new clientele from the previous product that they were selling into the art gallery. I just want to make one caution. Treat your competitors with respect. Don't poach their salespeople. Don't walk into a gallery and offer somebody a job. That's the wrong way to handle this, and it will come back to bite you in the end. Artists. Start by identifying the artists you'd like to have in your gallery and make them aware of your interest. Call the artist, call their agent, call their publisher, and say, look, I would like to have this artist. I know he's currently in Gallery XYZ down the street, but I wanted to make you aware that if for whatever reason that relationship should end, we're interested in carrying the artwork in the gallery. And I would caution you to don't overcommit or oversell your performance. Every so often at Art Expo, for example, I have somebody walk up to me and say, well, if you give me the program in this area, I will outsell every existing dealer you have for that artist. Well, first of all, that's not the way to approach it. And second of all, in the rare occasions that we have done business with that person, that promise has always failed. They've never been able to do what they said they're going to do. But don't go to an artist agent or publisher and promise them the world. Tell them what you do. Tell them what's unique about your gallery. Tell them that you're interested. And I would caution you also to avoid artists who drop their current gallery, their current representation, just because you picked up the phone. There are certainly going to be some issues between artists and galleries, particularly as cash flow being so tight and galleries that are panicking to the extent that they're discontinuing their marketing and advertising and so forth. All of those are going to create issues. But if an artist drops their current gallery simply because you called, that should give you a warning. It should say, well, the next guy who calls and promises more than I'm promising, they'll drop me to do that. So be careful there. How do you get a hold of those collectors that are now becoming available because they're unhappy with their previous gallery? First, create a buzz in the local market about your shows and your VIP events. Use the strategies that Rafael gave you earlier to let people know that you're in the market, you're something special in the market. Everyone wants to do business with people who are successful. So Send that message that you're successful, that you're stable, that you are moving forward in spite of a very difficult economy. Hold high-profile, high-end events at the gallery. In addition to your shows and VIP events, reach out to charities, professional organizations, and high-level social organizations and offer your gallery as a venue for their meetings, their events, and so forth. It's a good way to get people who are within the target clientele into the gallery that might not otherwise find their way through your front door. If you are picking up new artists, advertise them, especially if it's an artist that was previously carried by a gallery down the street, or if they are artists that have national reputations, or if they're local favorites. In terms of locations, how do we seize the opportunity for location? Start by telling local realtors that you're interested in particular streets or areas. Keep in mind that landlords are affected by the economy and will often take lower rent. So that area that you've never been able to afford before might very well be affordable in this market. In general, commercial rents are going to decline. They have resisted it far longer than residential property values, but it's going to happen. If you're happy with the space you're in now, this is a great opportunity to extend or renegotiate your lease. Again, take advantage of the down market. Use it to your advantage. So where do you get the money to do some of these things like opening a new location, bringing on new artists? One source is, of course, your personal resources. You may have a home equity loan or line. You may have a personal line of credit. But whatever you do, don't use personal credit cards. The interest rates on personal credit cards, if you're going to carry a balance on them, will sink you very, very quickly. So find another source. And if you do loan money to your gallery, write a formal loan agreement. The reason for this is twofold. One, if you're a sole proprietorship or a partnership and you put money into the gallery's banking account without having a formal loan agreement, the IRS can interpret that loan as additional paid-in capital, which means when you take it back out, it'll be taxable to you. If you're a corporation, you need to put it in writing because there are other people that own portions of your entity. And you have a responsibility to make sure that your dealings with the gallery are transparent, that they're documented, and that there won't be any question about whether or not this money was actually your own money that was put in. So beyond your personal resources, where can you get money to do these things? One, there is what's called an angel investor. An angel investor is anyone who is willing to invest in your company, but whose primary purpose is not financial return. An example of that might be friends, might be family friends, or it might be collectors. Now, let me caution you. Make sure that your relationship with these individuals is of an appropriate type that it can withstand the stress of doing business together.